Hey everyone, welcome back to the NHถี่podcast. Your go-to English podcast for learning English and growing your through life. I'm Aaron. I'm Evan, and today we're talking about a topic that hits every single one of us. Whether you're learning English, building a business, chasing your dreams, or just trying to get out of bed on times. Oh yeah, that's where it still gets me someday. Same. But here's the thing, no matter what your goal is, consistency is the key and unlock of it. And let's be honest, forcing yourself to be consistent is not easy. It's not glamorous, but it's powerful. It's the one habit that build every other habit. We're not talking about discipline feels like punishment. We're talking about the kind of consistency that transforms you quietly. The ones you sneaks up on you instantly, you realize, whoa, and change. Exactly. You go from struggling to get started, become someone who just does it. No drama, no debate, no needing motivations every single day. And that's the truth no one tells you. Motivation it disappears. It doesn't show up, you need it. But consistency, that's your superpower. And today, we're going to unpack how to build it, even when this you don't want to, especially on one days. And of course, we share micro tips along the ways for all of you who are learning English. But before we dive in, quick reminder. We created a free PDF guides for this episode with the full transcript, grammar and comprehension questions, and even with reflection prompt to help you lock in everything you learn. You find the download link in the description, or just check the pinned comment below. Alright, let's do this. Let's talk about very first idea. It can change how you see consistency forever. Here's the thing. Most people wait for motivations like some magical weather part. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll start in real mood. But that mood is never shows on time. Oh, tell me about it. If I only started English when I feel inspired, I probably still start lessons 3 steps on all app I did last years ago. Exactly. Motivation, the Wi-Fi is unfrustrating, but actually works building systems. Simple routines that run autopilot, like brushing your teeth. You don't debate it every morning, you just do it. Yes, for me, that system is technical for them to shout out English podcast every morning. I felt that 10 minutes ritual became automatic. I didn't think, I just hit play. And that's the magic. You stop the negotiations with yourself. You build a system that doesn't ask you feel. It just runs. So if you're learning English, here's the little challenge. Say 2 or 3 sentences out loud every single day. Even when you're tired. Especially when you're tired. Don't wait for the mood. Build the muscle. And speaking of muscle, let's bring us to a second bit through. You can't just flip the wrist and say, I'll be consistent now. That's not how it works. Discipline is something you grow slowly. What a muscle. I used to think I need this huge life changes push to become consistent. But it was not at all. It was showing off even when I didn't do. Like waking up 30 minutes early to practice speaking, even when I started half asleep. That's real. For me, it's worth giving up endless scrolling at night to edit podcast notes or prep English phrases. It hurts at first, but after a few weeks, I didn't miss a scroll. It was like, oh hey, I guess that my growth now who just gets stuff done. And that's the cool part. You become that person, not overnight, but with reps. Repetitions rewire identities. So here's the micro tip. Pick a times of day where you're usually visiting. Maybe late evening or post lunch. And just do what's most English tasks. That's your discipline gym. Show up. Even for 5 minutes. Exactly. It was that little routine in place you can reload. But first, you show up. That leads you straight into the point, right? Here's the secret to making consistency almost automatic. Link your habit to something already do. Right. It's like tying your shoes like before a friend. You don't think about it. It just cues the next step. For example, after I brew morning teas, I grab my notebook and write English sentences about my day. That tea is not just caffeine, it's my trigger. I love that. For me, every time I talk at work, I listen to an English podcast, even if it's just 5 minutes. The word triggers habit. No thinker, no skipping. It's just part of a routine. So here's the fun challenge for listeners. Pick one daily action, like brushing your teeth, pouring coffee, or even switching off your alarm, and attack 5 minutes of English practice to do it. Make it small, make it simple, but make it link. Because once trigger is locked, consistency no longer depends on your willpower. It just happens. And that brings us perfectly to the next idea. One of the people often misunderstand. The boring part is actually the goal. Yeah, we shows good ideas. That broadcast had to feeling exciting, dramatic on Instagram. But real progress is often repetitive, almost dull. Right. Like when I was learning English, I thought every study session is tense movie montage moment. But honestly, most of progress came from the boring stuff. Repeating phrases, listening to the same podcast twice, writing the same words 10 times. Exactly. It's like watering a plane. You don't see it roll away, but stop showing off. And you definitely notice. Consistency always feels like a breakthrough, but that's where it builds the roots. So, English learners, don't be discouraged. Your daily practice feels clean. That's a good sign. That means it's becoming part of your life. And here's the simple tip to keep going. Start tracking your boring wins. Write down every small action, like spoke for 3 minutes, read one paragraph, listen while cooking. Each twin are small, but together they build fluency. And if you're wondering how to keep both boring wins day after day, this next idea will help you outsmart your future lazy self. Oh yes, micro grooves. These are my favorite secret weapons. They take the thinking out saying it's consistent. Yep, they're like little construct you make to yourself. For me, I had a rule during university. No social media until I finished my English journaling. It was simple, but so effective. For me, it was I cannot only play video game after I write down 5 new English phrases. And guess what? I started picking up a new word just so I could get the gaming faster. Gamifying your own discipline, I love it. These rules are small, personal, and they protect your consistency from distractions. You don't need to decide every day. The rule is set for you. Here is the challenge for listeners. Create your own micro rule. It could be no Netflix until I use English subtitle and write down 3 new expressions. Or no coffee until I practice to make it 60 seconds. Make it fun. Make it non-negotiable. Because the less you have to think, the more you just do. And look, even with those little hacks, some days we still feel heavy. You'll be tired, unmotivated, maybe it's mistakes or stress. And that was point 6 becomes the lifesaver. Yes, bad days are not enemy. Doing nothing on their days. Exactly. Consistency doesn't mean you give 100% every single day. It means that even on your worst day, you still show up somehow. I remember a week I super burned out, zero energy, but I had this bare minimum rule. Listen 2 minutes of English audience was brushing my teeth. That's what it says. and I keep a straight life. I had one too. Just reading one sentence out loud before bed, no matter how little grew up. It wasn't much, but it reminded me I'm still in the game. And that mindset is powerful. It's tell your brain, I'm not quitting, I'm adjusting. So to all its listener, prepare for a bad days that happens. Decide your period minimum now. Something so cool to is have sleep. Because when the hard days come, and they will, your very minimums keep the fire alive. And after all, consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about refusing to disappear. Yes. And if this one idea we want you to carry with you after this episode is this. Consistency becomes easy when it becomes your identity. Exactly. It's not about waking up every morning and asking, what should I do today? It's about knowing, this is who I am, right? Like, I don't write podcast script every week because I force myself anymore. I do it because I'm someone who creates. It's a part of me now. Same with English. I don't say, I'm learning English. I say, I'm an English speaker, still improving. That instead shift changed everything for me. Let's give an example. Imagine someone, I'm trying to read more. That's effort. But if they say, I'm reader, suddenly every action supports that identity. Yes. So listeners, starting telling yourself the story you want to live. Say it loud, write it on a sticky note. I'm kind of a person who practices English every day, even for 5 minutes. And when life throws directions, laziness, or doubt of you, you come back to your identity, not your feelings. Your identity. Because that real consistency is built quietly, daily, not by forcing, but by becoming. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be the kind of person who keeps showing up. And really proud of you for doing exactly that. Just by listening today, you're already showing up for yourself. Seriously, that's what this episode has been all about. It. You didn't waste for motivation. You showed up. That's what consistent people do. And to help you keep showing up, especially when you're learning English, Crystal is here, as always, to break down some keywords and phrases from today's episode. So sit back, take a deep breath, and let's go over a few words that help you more natural and confident in English. Crystal, take it away. Thanks, Evan. All right, friends, let's slow things down. Take a deep breath. And let's go over a few special words from today's episode. Words that help you speak with more confidence and live with more clarity. You can repeat each after me. Let's begin. Glamorous. These words mean something that looks exciting, beautiful. Maybe it's a little fancy, but sometimes it only looks a waste on the outside. Example. Working on our film set seems glamorous, but was actually exhausting. Say it with me. Working is glamorous, but it actually exhausting. Glamorous. Let's keep going. Sneaks up on you. When something sneaks on you, it happens slowly, quietly. And then suddenly it's there. You didn't even see it coming. Example. The name skated on me and I was ready. Says with me. The deadline skated on me and I was ready. Well done. Here's another one. Autopilot. To do something, autopilot means you do it automatically. You don't think, you just do it. Example. He messed me his coffee on a pilot. Safe with me. He makes his morning coffee on a pilot. Nice and easy. Let's try the next one. Negotiation with yourself. This means having a little debate on your own head. Should I do now or later? Yes? No? Maybe? Example. She kept negotiation with herself about her when started studying. Safe with me. She kept negotiating with herself about whether to start studying. You're doing great. Moving on. Flip a switch. To flip a switch means trying to change something instantly, but real change is usually takes time. Example. You can't just flip a switch and feel motivated. Stay with me. You can't just flip a switch and feel motivated. That's true, right? Let's look at how it works. Trigger. In habit building, a trigger is a small action that reminds your brain, hey, it's time to start. Example. Hearing the cowboy's words are her trigger to journaling. Safe with me. Hearing the cowboy's words triggers to start journaling. Simple and powerful. Ready for the fun one? Gramifying. These words mean turning a task into the game to make it feel more fun and rewarding. Example. He gamified his word counts by giving him some points for every section. Safe with me. He gamified his word counts by giving himself points for every section. Love that energy. Here's game in sometimes. Bear in mind. This means doing the smallest things you can, and that's okay. It still counts. Example. On her busiest days, she did a bare minimum. So one sentence. Safe with me. On her busiest days, she did a bare minimum. One sentence. Still progress. And finally, this one closes my heart. Show up for yourself. To show up for yourself means keeping a promise to you, even when it's hard, even when it's no watching. Example. He doesn't feel like practicing, but he did anyway. He showed up for himself. Safe with me. He didn't feel like practicing, but he did it anyways. He's showing up for himself. And look, you're doing it right now. That's it, my friends. You spoke, you listened, you practiced, and more than that, you show up for your English and for yourself. That's where real consistency is. Not loud, not perfect, just daily. Take a moment to feel proud, and I see you again very soon. Thank you, Crystal. This world is beautiful. I feel calmer already. Me too. And honestly, that's what this whole episode was about. Showing up, even the smallest way, and letting that be enough. So if you're still here with us, listening, learning, repeating, we just want to say, we're proud of you. Absolutely. Remember, consistency doesn't need to be dramatic. It just needs to be yours. Daily, quiet, real. And hey, if today's episode helped you even a little, consider sharing it with a friend who's trying to build a habit or stick to the English goals. Don't forget to grab your free PDF guides in the description. It's got practice exercises for film transcript and reflection prompts to help you stay consistent after this. Until the next time, keep practicing, keep becoming, and as always, keep taking your English sleep.